I would like to introduce my new book, Words from the Water's Edge. It is a selection of passages from my writings over the last 30 years. Beginning with the relationship of lover and beloved, it tells the story of my own journey that took me to the place where the two seas meet, where love and life reveal their mystical secrets. Here are some excerpts from Words from the Water's Edge. Part 1. The Mystical Journey. Walking along the shoreline here in Northern California, feeling the waves breaking around my feet, I look out on the water, knowing that it stretches over many horizons. The ocean here can be dangerous, with sudden sneaker waves, riptides, seas turning rough. One treads carefully on the water's edge, respecting this wildness, knowing this ocean is never really safe. And yet at the same time this edge of vastness is so familiar, echoing the inner worlds in which I have lived, the vast empty horizons behind my eyes. And from this place that is no place, I would like to share a collection of sayings, of words, phrases written since the time I started teaching. These are words that sing to me, that speak of this soul's journey of no end which I have been travelling since I was 16, and especially since I sat at my teacher's feet when I was 19. They speak of the mystery, the wonder, the pain, the tears, and the endless love that have taken me. They are a taste of this journey that, especially in later years, has been woven together with the earth's journey in these troubled, broken times, because there came a time when the sorrow of my own soul and that of the earth were bonded together, and my love was not just for an inner beloved, but also for this beautiful, suffering being we call our home. These sayings leave traces of a lifetime walking between the worlds, holding a thread that has taken me into the beyond of the beyond, as well as back to the simple bliss of my garden, the red-tailed hawk sitting on a branch outside my window, and the ocean remains just over the hill, as wild and endless as the empty spaces in the heart, and the silence that has always called to me. Love is everywhere, like summer sunlight, like green grass in spring. It is the wind rustling the leaves, the water flowing in the stream. Love is a presence, not something that comes and goes. And this love holds me. It is a substance that sustains me. Without it, I would be entirely lost, a traveller between the worlds with nowhere to go. Love is life's greatest gift. We seek for love, and yet it is all around and within us. It belongs to the oneness of life, to every dewdrop on every leaf, to the spider spinning its web, the child looking at the stars. If we open our senses and open our hearts, we can feel its presence. Love is life speaking to us of its real mystery. And in that conversation so many things can happen, so many miracles can be born. The small, unsuspecting miracles that we often do not notice, like momentary sunlight from behind a cloud, a flower where a seed unexpectedly sprouted, a smile from a stranger. Despite all of its distortions, pain and suffering, this world belongs to love, just as each of us belongs to love. And just to know that we are a part of this love is enough. Once you have tasted the ocean of love's oneness, it is in your blood. It is always calling to you, sometimes from afar, and sometimes so close you can feel its presence. It is like a lover you always long for. Love calls to us in many different ways. Yet while most people seek for love in the tangle of human relationships, the mystic is drawn deeper under the surface. In Rumi's words, return to the root of your own being. And here we begin to discover one of life's greatest secrets, how love is at the source of all that exists, is the source of all that exists. Love is not just a feeling between people, but a substance, an energy, a divine spark that is present within everything. And it is this deepest essence, this substance of love, that we need to nourish us. During these last difficult, exhausting years, what has sustained me most has been love. Not the love of my earlier years on the path, the love of aspiration and longing, passion, heartbreak and bliss. I have been taken to a place of love, and I know that love is all around, like air to breathe. Love is now easy, not something to be longed for or sought. In this love there do not seem to be two. It is no longer the drama of lover and beloved. It just is. Light rises towards light, and light comes down upon light, and it is light upon light. This is the secret of the mystical journey. On the pavement, a group of school children was walking past the driveway with their teacher. I noticed these young children crossing, and suddenly I saw them in a way I have never seen human beings before or since. They were so full of light I could hardly look, and on each child's chest where the heart is, a huge radiance like the sun was shining. Each little child had this dynamic, brilliant light, this radiant sun in the center of their being. The experience of the light, its brilliance and energy, was beautiful and overwhelming. Later, I came to realize that what I saw is the true nature of human beings. We are dynamic, luminous creatures of light. At the beginning, we have to learn the art of listening, the art of being present, attentive and empty. We have to learn to catch the still, small voice from within. We have to learn to be silent, because listening is born from silence. But the listening of the heart is always an act of love, a coming together, even when nothing is heard. Listening is a wisdom so easily overlooked, because it is feminine, receptive, hidden, and our culture only values what is visible. But Jalaluddin Rumi knew how central a part it plays in our loving, in our wordless relationship with our beloved. Make everything in you an ear, each atom of your being, and you will hear at every moment what the source is whispering to you. Scientists may tell us that our universe began 13 billion years ago with the Big Bang, when from an infinitely hot and dense single point, matter came into existence. But mystics know a different truth, how from the unborn and undying emptiness, existence is constantly being created as a flow of light and love that then becomes physical form. And this love remains the foundation, the essence of everything, every particle and every star. It is the primary energy, power, presence within the created world, and it is our divine nature, always evolving and changing within our body and soul, even as it remains constant. Flowing out of the emptiness, love is the invisible foundation of creation, present in all of life, in the hummingbird drinking nectar, in the laughter and tears of a child, but in the unborn and undying emptiness before and after creation it cannot be named. This is the depth of the mystical journey in God, of which little can be said, even as it is known within the heart.